I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this.
In that case, I'll go order for...
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food...
And if it's not?
Well,
Yeah. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but...
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another...
Speaking of cases, do you think that...
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward.
If it hadn't happened...
Right? Yet it... In such investigations, even the smallest step, to be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities... It's not that I don't have... It's easy to guard it, which is exactly why the Spina do... Those It's all... Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future...
That's true.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that... Guess that's...
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the end. All right, I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm...
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Valid point. I overlooked that. All right. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of...
You mean that if we catch her, why don't we give it a try after this?
Huh? Paimon... No, it...
All right.
Is that so? If we're all finished eating, then...
Yeah. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... normal.
Okay. As for expenses this month...
Hey, Navia! What...
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the...
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. In any case, I wish...
See ya!
Merciless.
There aren't many people around.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? That's...
Vache?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something else. Huh? Hang on. Paimon can... Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache, are you... No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who am I? My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many places. I loved, no matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how, but now, we can no longer go back. No! Our reunion no longer has any meaning. The thought of me gives him no succor. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. Perhaps that is so, as I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not— Is that what you call it? Dissolving. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an end. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then— I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before
I followed you. It seemed to me that
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety. And
Do not!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not—
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all—
Sorry, I did not.
Whatever. What else do you know?
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappear. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could—
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the— I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful.
I will continue investigate. Right. I suppose that's the best news.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you.
I know, she's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious. And there was that champion duelist named Chlorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon—
Oh, come now. Forget us such. We're still part—
It will take—
If it were me...
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger?
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? contributed somehow? Who?
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake. After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial?
Yes, so if you hadn't...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no That's when I figured out that you might be in danger.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his...
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty... Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank...
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the Traveler fainted just now. He said, oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing to be...
New intel?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that... Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward since he saw that young woman dissolve. He was at least... But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been... threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. Oh, you mean you...
Well, you did say that our friend... And besides, we're in this now whether we like it...
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the...
You talk too much. Well, in that, we also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Fearless. It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler. Merciless.
This is your base?
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, after all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who...
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, then...
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago.
Your father... He was the previous...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me...
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor, instead of standing trial. He died and...
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something... But strangely, he not only requested the duel, but even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused. 3 years later, I still don't understand. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. However, I must know what really... If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth, and now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you?
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do,
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was...
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she... Yeah, that's not...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how there was only ever one choice...
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I...
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't...
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our
Oh, Papa. What madness... All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Thanks.
Yeah.
please, relax and get some sleep.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some...
Wait, so you didn't...
How could...
Guess Paimon...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been... I suspect that the...
Does that mean...
No. There is one ray of hope. One place, and that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should...
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? In that case, let's go talk to him. Aren't you...
No, it's nothing. Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Merciless.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so...
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were...
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Is that even...
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official...
All right, then, I'll let you through. The Chief just...
Thanks so much.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet.
It's all right.
We are looking for a man called Vache.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the...
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a...
Is that so? All right, then. Thank you so...
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man.
And what are you trying to say? Monsieur, are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your word. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, you even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is if you truly regret my father, why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many... If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes.
I'm sorry.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart, and it's not so much that you can't feel, but that you... Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy... My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia,
I'm fine.
you're right.
Now that I think of it, on the day...
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crimes? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah, and if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the...
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll...
Yeah, we're gonna make...
Do you want to go with me now? Great. Let's...
Merciless.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually... My father was the one who asked for it to be. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and...
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Paimon was confused, but now that Paimon has seen this ship for her...
Well, pues... We're back!
Apologies for the wait. You said before that you still had some...
You still remember...
Yes, the case was quite simple.
Could you tell us a...
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance...
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used...
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotion. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely... As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for...
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able... The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques, but then we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots... You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to—
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he... I think this third person is probably the... On that note, however, even our opponent is insidious and cruel. Even though Spina de Rosula, there is no need to follow your father's path.
If that's indeed what he wished for, was I not the closest person to him? And what was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his— Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as— I've never accepted that. I want to find out the—
Navia.
This is indeed the best
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. And the serial disappearances case cost him 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right, so nobody would be able to get off.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take
No, I don't believe it. He never
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the Unfaithful was still far...
So he chose to die in silence.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose, but thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. And, Malus, what was the key evidence?
It's the location where Synth is produced. Essentially, when he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of... But if you want to use it against the enemy...
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming it?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against... There's no telling what might be like, but a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed.
Then, in that case, why not...
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea.
But things are different.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to... I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for you.
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion, when I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle, if the vendors didn't change their after several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, the first is Florent.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid... There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current... In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Ros...
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us.
Excuse me, miss.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time.
If it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apologized.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly... I know. Only the full truth could bring closure to you.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less...
Would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into... He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought... So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he tried to be as careful as he could. But even so, he would...
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly. But Papa did tell me that I should never...
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's... Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if Papa always wanted to be a good man? So why did he have to...
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa...
Yeah, Papa was a really good...
Then you should hold on to that. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword.
Oh,
Thank you for everything you...
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is...
You really... That's the first time any...
are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure
It also reminded me, on the day after my partner here put the dots together for me, can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened?
Let me think. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there?
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, he didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine. And did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I'll tell you everything once the whole
I understand. And if I may just say, many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus. Even after so many years, but it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks no matter what others might say. He'll always—
Don't worry. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth. Hey, Thierry, it's...
Oh, now, what brings you...
Oh, so you've got news...
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something...
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called...
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say Callus did a fantastic job running the town. Buildings, it would be next to impossible for me to find a similar... Anyway, enough chit-chat.
Yes. These two are What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lenny's case and my father's may be related.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? If you want to go through the original files from your father's case...
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your...
Well, you see, just recently, we were... So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial number.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from... If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of... So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap, So, whoever their owner is must be super.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Nog. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with. I'll be staying in the city for.
Fearless.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can share.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House.
Yes, I've never seen anything.
Oh, you were at the Opera House.
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole. I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf. I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploit.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating next?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof.
Oh, and what made...
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit.
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always... If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring...
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't... Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have to... Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself.
Sounds good. Just let me... All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support.
Fearless.
We've talked to all three suspects.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstances.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he... If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my...
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And when...
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on... Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still... Besides, Jock, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as it's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the sequel.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, but who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also Still really hard for me to imagine, though. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business? Florent? It is, but... Spina di...
So you're saying he's too broke to afford...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out, but... I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to...
Yeah. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and...
Who could it be? You know, if you think everything through...
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these 3, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the meat... Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes. Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely... We need far more solid proof before we can hope to...
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking...
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on...
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances.
Wait, how? None of our investigation...
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell... If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found...
Yeah, and it'll be a...
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Just as... Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on... You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right, I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back.
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Malus, Silver, when...
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that it's our hope that you're confident...
Thank you so...
See you then! Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going.
Merciless.
The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance. it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary. You're right. And Navia's probably...
It would appear that I'm... Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with some... However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duel. I've got to admit, that's one of the most... When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the... Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not...
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. And we have made... In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial...
That case had nothing to do with him. Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide... But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind... And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, so, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the...
That person is... Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières. Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of...
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosso?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge, and if the charge fails, depending...
Yes.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your place. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may... Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that...
Apologies. It all just happened so quick. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding.
Very well. In that case, since...
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case.
Navia, do you really think? Come on. Why would I do that? Callus was my... If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that bank...
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted... During the banquet, all attending guests heard... When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus. The guards' investigation did not recover any other fire. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to... Callus was defeated by Champion These are the known facts.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And in truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water. Thank you for this. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the prime. The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of us. However, unfortunately, something's not. This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. Something. A pile of. But now it is. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all—
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her—
Then, may I ask some questions? 1. Do you have the
I'm afraid not.
Boo!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider—
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved—
I've thought about this too. And the dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it, for at that time, Spina di Rosula was— What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic—
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had—
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have— Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect— Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice? Spina di But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot.
So, you mean to say—
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his— I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should—
So, during the duel—
Yes, as a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless in my line of work. I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live, or if they're looking. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis...
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there...
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearance.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing and at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended...
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most...
No need to appeal to pain.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely...
I don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigation. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah, well. Let Uncle Mars... Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyway.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when But the disappearances began before I ever
I do apologize, demoiselle.
No, it's not your fault.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the... Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got... At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the... But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things.
This isn't just about me. And the biggest difference between me and the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of... Many people's images are flashing before my eye. And whose image do you... Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so...
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard.
I was waiting for you to say...
water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
One with my blade. Wind blade. Fearless. Another star goes out.
Yoo-hoo! Ah.
Merciless. Forth my blade. Fearless.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Swift and merciful. Merciless. Into the void. Wind blade.
Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence. What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh. Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names? Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappeared and then they were turned into all the boxes of things? These names? That means... Oh, this is terrible! What's written here? Nothing escapes Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to... This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the old dog's a real man. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left... I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch... Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water. That means this is where they make all this. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure Paimon will take notes on this incriminating... What's this over here? Looks like some kind of... Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his... The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22... Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just... that how can someone write something that terrible in such a map? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he did all of these... Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vache was no victim. But personally, no, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case... Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain... Mixing in practice. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's... We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our... Yeah, we haven't found anything that... No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever that way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true cult. Sure thing. Paimon... You take that side and Paimon will... Nothing at all! And Paimon can't even find snacks either! Whoa, really? Let Paimon see! Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her... Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love... So many! A whole page's worth! The final name she decided... Marcel! Wait, but... Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown son? Hey!
And whose image do you see? Is it a man named Vash? Oh. So
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly...
I was waiting for you.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner.
Just how often do you intend...
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence...
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always...
Huh?
We've investigated your lair, and we already know after your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment. You even created Marcel as a new identity, and destroyed...
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performance end with that. Marcel's motive has
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior... Well, Marcel, you fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention, so you never noticed how we changed, or how we...
You also never understood Boss's real expectations.
Or our determination to see things through.
You're determined.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself.
Do you really think... Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by... Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the... Vinier is dead! We promised each other that we would always be together, wherever she goes, but I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go! I can't follow! So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the...
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards!
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! Vinier, please, Vinier, don't think...
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tot...
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that...
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his... During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of... Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vinier. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began... During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into... And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually... Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial... The oratrice will now deliver the final verdict. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, guilty.
Guards! Take...
Good. It's what he.
With that, the serial.
We really just witnessed history.
He's hurt so many innocent people. Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely...
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come.
Yeah. See, Papa?
Well, now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, passed. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over...
Through evidence presented in the public, the guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent. We now turn to the Oratrice According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! What's with this verdict?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. Guards, please take the suspect.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Nouvelette, what's going on?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rule, all I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
I don't know what happened there either.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be...
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the...
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty
However, and of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blind everything he's done. Not to mention the danger he poses are beyond or all shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my note now. Having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So...
Fearless.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing?
Stop resisting arrest!
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name? I erased all records of that name.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile?
Paimon agrees. Why should...
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy? Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him. You do...
In that case...
Thank you.
fearless.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing.
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So,
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache?
I'm here! I'm here!
hey, wait! Be careful!
Vinier, is that you?
Vache? Why did you come? You look a lot older.
It's been more than 20 all this time. Only the thought of bringing you back. Ah, I must be dreaming. Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how.
But Vache, if you ask me,
what are you?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably be. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache.
You. Wait, you are not Vinier.
You're right. I am not every woman who died by your hand. As our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flow. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. And we were no longer individuals. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not.
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is... This is what you get for your selfishness. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise... You are a liar. A heartless... The only thing you are not. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vinier's.
No!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vinier. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her fault. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show Vache. Vache? 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 Drown.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Well met, partner.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia!
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home...
Sounds like...
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between everyone from Spina Deep this time, though.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
Huh?
Yeah. Way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rose, I believe the story was called The True Heart of Dark. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering... She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial...
Oh, yeah. She told us about that.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you... Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarande out for...
Oh, are you two on better terms?
While you were... It was thanks to her that we...
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, Now that... Oh, actually...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too. We also think...
Sure thing.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off.
Yeah. This is where my father's grave is.
Huh? There's someone there already. Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh?
My apologies. I should have asked before
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to... I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But...
In that case, I will stop.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human... In any case, why did you come...
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over. There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life. No, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider... Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fate. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than what... But Mr. Callis proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all. A justice that's higher than... So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. I should have noticed. This regret has filled me with a sadness. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but...
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not...
Didn't I just say you don't...
So Navia and Nervalette seem to have made... Let's not disturb them for now. We can... Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude? Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad. Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
We ran into Navia.
I see.
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would...
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but...
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea.
So it really was where everything began.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case.
So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Nervalette. But...
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be... Is there anything else you'd like to... That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sin... Does that appropriately summarize the version you've...
That's right! right. It was Lenny that told us back then.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront it. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really...
Is there anything else you'd like? My apologies. My investigation has... However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not...
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely... Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to invest. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though. While we do intend to get to the bottom of it, if we did incorrectly convict him of crime...
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to... Your sibling, another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never... If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter and had no reason to appear on the stage. Is there anything else you'd like to... Very well. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful
You really are super busy, monsieur.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice...
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped. You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest? Now that...
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
May knowledge guide you.
One with my blade!
Another star goes out! Fearless. Merciless. The show begins!
A touch of frost!
Into the void! Merciless.
The abyss is like the world's shadow.
Strike a pose!
Swift and merciful!
Rain outlines your paradigm shift. No, my sword! Merciless. Into the void!
Submit for judgment!
Ring cutter! Let the world come alive!
Forth my blade!
May I fearless! Another star goes out! Time to act. Rain outlines your fate.
One with my blade!
Into the void!
Swift and merciful.
How brilliant! No, my sword! Extinguish!
Forth, my blade.
Fearless! Paradigm shift!
From whence you came.
May I not good! Rain outlines your fate. Merciless! Into the void!
A touch of frost.
No, my sword! Yoo-hoo! Merciless! Another star goes out!
Swift and merciful.
Annihilate! Rain outlines your fate. Witness!
Submit for judgment. Forth, my...
Let my name echo in song! The show begins! Sword!
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Astra. Ad Astra at.